Are you an investor looking for premium market opportunities? Presenting premium and exclusive service for investors by Kalkine.
Good morning and welcome to the ASX at Breakfast. I'm Rachel, live from Kalkine Studios in Sydney. The Australian share market is expected to open lower this morning, shedding most of its Friday's gains this morning. That's due to a dismal Wall Street closing last week. The sentiment is expected to remain muted on continued concerns over inflation and rising interest rates, while the US dollar surged against the yen and sterling. Additionally, weaker commodity prices might weigh on the domestic mining and energy shares. The latest SPI futures may open the day 102 points, that's 1.5% lower. On Friday, the benchmark index ended 1.75% higher at 6,758 points. Australian shares have fallen over 9% so far this year. Moving on to some business news from this morning now, and IAG today announced it will undertake an on-market share buyback of up to $350 million, funded by a reduction in its business interruption provision. The company has reduced its net BI provision from $975 million to $615 million after a High Court ruling on Friday the 14th of October denied special leave to appeal the decision of the full court of the Federal Court of Australia in the second test case in February this year. Subject to market conditions, IAG intends to buy back up to $350 million of its ordinary shares on market from early November. And Australia's next lithium producer, Lithium, wishes to announce that the resignation of Stephen Biggins will take place with immediate effect. The company previously announced that Mr. Biggins had resigned and would step down from the role before the end of the year. With the recent official opening of the Finniss lithium mine and the appointment of Gareth Manderson as CEO, Stephen has decided it's the appropriate time to complete his role as Managing Director and as Director of Core. Now, it's with great sadness that IGO has announced that the company's Managing Director and CEO, Peter Bradford, passed away suddenly on Saturday, the 15th of October. Lithium miner IGO says his passion for mining and resources and his personal drive to raise the bar across the industry was unparalleled. Peter was passionate about climate change and the role the industry can play in the transition to a clean energy future. Peter was adamant that he and the team at IGO could make a difference locally, nationally and globally. The board has appointed Matt Dusky to the role of acting CEO, effective immediately. Well, now it's time for a short break, but stay tuned for more news set to affect your trading day.
If you're looking to keep abreast of the biggest stories from the crypto world, the fate of exchanges and crypto hedge funds during the ongoing bear market, and you're wanting to keep up to date with the best and worst performers in the altcoin space and that of flagship currencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, then Kalkine Media's Daily Crypto Catch is absolutely essential viewing for you. Tune in each afternoon right here on Kalkine Media to get the latest scoop from Anchor to Zero Coin.
Welcome back to the ASX at Breakfast report. Taking a look at global markets now. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones fell 1.3%. The S&P 500 dipped 2.4% and the Nasdaq ended 3.1% lower. Over in Europe, the FTSE rose 0.1%, the DAX was up 0.7% and the CAC ended 0.9% higher. Last week, sterling fell sharply after Britain's Liz Truss fired finance chief Kwasi Kwarteng and scrapped parts of their economic package. MSCI EF rose 1.03% as Latin American currencies fell due to the US dollar strength. Oil prices dipped over 3% on concerns over global recession and weak demand, despite support from a large cut to the OPEC Plus supply target. WTI crude settled down 3.93% at $85.61 per barrel. Brent crude finished at $91.63 a barrel. That was down 3.1%. Gold prices slipped 1.4% as the US dollar gained, while silver fell 3.3% at $18.24 per ounce, and its eighth daily decline in a row. Well, that's all for our ASX at Breakfast report this morning here at Kalkine TV. Have a great day trading and stay tuned for more market updates and economic news live throughout the day. I'm Rachel, signing off for now.